What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. You've joined us for the preview of Arsenal versus Brentford, a 5:30 p.m. kickoff here at the Emirates Stadium. Boys, I'm joined by Turkish, James Bayliss, and myself, Cecil G. Thomas. And I'll be frank, that I'm still buzzing after the win against Real Madrid. But it's the Bees versus the Gunners, or the Gunners versus the Bees, whichever way around you want to put it. Let's get into it, let's talk. It's not a poem, it's not a poem.
Today,
you want a poem?
I was looking forward to it because I thought, we just beat Real 3-0.
But
The sun's out, I'm going Madrid soon. I thought, fuck it, let's hear a shit poem. And we didn't even get a poem.
No, I tried to disguise it.
Just shit.
Yeah, because remember, Cecil G. Thomas, I'll be frank. But anyway, but if people...
What about Frank then?
Thomas Frank.
Oh, I thought you meant Info Station. I thought he was going to start going through all the fucking presenters and colleagues and shit. I got it. Thomas Frank.
That's quality, by the way. All right, we're here to discuss the game. As much as people really want us here talking about Real Madrid and that win, because I'll be honest, that's all I want to talk about. But we are going to talk about what's next in the Premier League. It's Arsenal against Brentford. Do you know what? I checked our head-to-head record. We haven't... You're still gone with that one. Frank.
How your brain went to Info Station, but carry on. We haven't had the Info Station in 2 years. It's all right.
Frank was here the other day, dude.
How random would it have been if I just mentioned it?
That's what I thought, what's this guy doing? Say it. Fuck this game, man. Bring Madrid, man. What's this? Brentford, you know.
Stop that. People, I hope you're all not feeling the same way as Circus as well. I know it was a big night the other night.
The same way.
Oh, for goodness sake. We have to talk about the game that's coming up. We're not going to look past it. I checked the head-to-head record. I didn't realise they hadn't beaten. The only time we've lost to Brentford was that opening game when they came up, and since then we drew one of them, but the rest we've won quite comfortably. But Brentford, should we see them as still a danger? I know you might say I don't care, but right now, do you see them as a team that can take points off us, considering we're going to trying to stay in second place? You know, Nottingham Forest are 5 points behind us. Do you see Brentford as a danger, because we've beaten them, like I said, pretty much almost every time? They've got good players.
What's this, their fourth season in the Premier League now?
2021 is when they when we played that game.
I like Brentford. I like Thomas Frank. I like their players. I don't know what to say about them. I think to be fair, they've done a really good job since they've come up. They have lost players like Ivan Toney over the years, and they've sort of been fine. The goals have gone to Mbemba and Wissa. I mean, Mbemba is a player to talk about, isn't he?
Where are they in the... you should do the stats first, because I ain't checked. Where are they in the league?
Why am I going to do the stats
They
first?
just drew 0-0 with Chelsea, didn't they?
Yeah,
But Chelsea apparently rotated a little bit, looking ahead to the Ledger Walsall game.
Yeah,
They've still got
12th.
They've still got a chance for like a top
12th.
half finish. And
I did half look at that. Yeah, they got a chance for a top half finish. If they win, I think they go 10th if they win this game against us. So
at this rate, I mean, those European spots might stretch down to 10th, because, you know, the Conference League favourites, English, the Europa League. Well, actually, I won't say Europa League favourites. Tottenham, United. Champions League. I don't know. There's a certain English club still in there. But that won't have an effect, actually.
You won that very well.
FA Cup, Man City's there.
Although us beating Madrid apparently confirmed that the Premier League gets 5th place.
Yeah, that's all bollocks, though, man. I hate all that, man.
What?
In general, the way it's moving, that top 5 shouldn't be champions.
No, I agree with that completely.
You don't like that at
I
all?
grew up when it was Champions League. It was kind of the 2 teams at the top, but there was an era where it was just champions, and they could have improved the second tier competition if they limit the Champions League to more just champions, and then the second tier competition still has elite clubs.
So the Europa League could have been a bit more.
So Champions League really would have been elite, but instead they're opening the door to more. I get it, more money, similar to what they've done with the Euros and so on.
They're throwing in Club World Cups now as well.
But that pushes down Europa League, that pushes down Conference League. You know, 9th could be getting Europe now in the league. That's mad.
They could have just made the European Super Cup like a mini tournament rather than have the winner of the Champions League and the Europa League, because there's always going to be a clear favourite in that. Anyway, sorry, we're now going from a tangent,
again,
which shows you a lot about this game.
Arsenal versus Brentford. You spoke about, Wissa and Bremo they've stepped up since Tony's left.
Yeah.
And Bremo was the guy that scored against us in the reverse fixtures this game we played at their place.
Very good player, man.
And they look to just from watching that game especially, they just go directly to him. He's someone that can cause us problems. But are you worried about that? Or I know you I don't want you to say you don't care, but you worried about Bremo against?
I mean, I care because I want us to always win.
You'll be annoyed if we lose, right? And
yeah. I mean, but I expect rotation. I expect some, changes to the lineup, considering what they achieved in the week with that performance, let alone the result. So, we're at home. I expect to win, but I expect a hard-fought win. Listen, Mbomo's a quality player. You ask, are you worried? I mean, if there's any player to worry about on that side, it would be Mbomo. But in general, we've got our eye on something else already. Whereas the league, we've kind of done what we need to do to secure the most we can secure now, which is Champions League football.
Okay.
So for me, Mbomo's a worry. Visa, worry. They've got good players in and around midfield and defence. They are a good side. Thomas Frank's a good manager. In my opinion, it'll probably be a tough game. But generally, I'm going in with like quite,
Relaxed.
relaxed.
Yeah.
Well,
Nothing.
And James, I'm going to come to you as well because I'm sure you're going to kind of echo what Turkish said there. But I like doing these previews. I get a kind of gauge of, how you guys feel. How I spoke to fans on the way here as well, and they all feeling the same off the back of the Real Madrid game. However, even if we do rotate, there'll be a Predicts 11 video, as you know, will be on the channel, so make sure you watch that. The players that are coming in still should be at the level to, in my opinion, handle the Brentford side or not?
No, Brentford are a good team, and
Right.
we have struggled with rotation. Hell, we lose. Okay, now we've had injuries in the second half of the season. When we've lost just Erdegaard for 2 months, just Saka for maybe 1 month into his 3 months, we haven't ever dealt with it well. So don't be surprised to see an Arsenal side rotating and struggling. Especially when there's been areas that the first team and the first 11 have struggled with themselves.
So what is this? Is this a free hit game?
No. I'll tell you what. I don't want to forget what I said in my fan cam at the end of Everton on Saturday, which was, as much as all eyes are on Madrid, there are football fans around the world who care about watching this football team win, and who, everyone's a fan a different way. Everyone's got their own things going on in life, and you want your football team to win football matches, but ultimately, whether they're going for the title or not, it's easy for me to sit here and say all eyes are on Madrid, but I promise if we go 1 or 2-0 down here on the weekend, I'll be pissed off.
Yeah, good.
So
That's right,
I do want Arsenal to win. I'm just saying it's very hard to not look at everything through the lens of Madrid now.
Yeah.
What that means is I'm much more receptive to the rotation that's likely going to come. I'm much more understanding if, we played all right, but it's a 1-1. I wouldn't be happy, but I'd be like, cool, whatever, that's how I felt post-Everton. I just thought that was a good first half. Second half, we lacked creativity, shock. But everyone came through injury-free. There's people who travel around the country to watch Arsenal. There's people who fly in to watch Arsenal, have tickets to this game. There's people who are... So I think I'm allowed to support in the way I want and care in the amount I want. Same with Turkish, same with whoever.
Yep, fair.
But the players in the team must always go out there, whoever's picked, rotated or not, and give their all for that 90 minutes. Win the football match and play for the fans and the club.
The players,
same
listen,
way.
for me,
you made a great
for
point,
me,
I
there's
think.
even a bit more importance than that, because it's not a free hit. These players that come in, and I expect rotation, so I won't get into names because Predicted 11 will bring that, but the players that I expect to come in,
Sterling's back.
that 4 days ago, the season was in danger of potentially dwindling out mid-April, right?
Yeah.
4 days later, a 90-minute performance like that and a 3-0 win at home to Real. Those players that come in need to understand we've probably got 2-leg semi-final to come in the Champions League and maybe even a final. And they should know, like we know, the squad is thin. So they should know, as much as they've been poor, i.e. Sterling, you might have a chance in the second leg of a semi-final when there's tired legs to come on, because you've done something in the league, given your opportunities in April, and potentially make your mark in one of the most historic... We don't know what's going to happen. But that's how they've got to be looking at it. There's a second leg to come. I expect the strong lineup to see that one out, especially, first 45, 60. But in terms of moving forward, our squad is thin. There's games to be played in the Premier League. We've done our job in terms of making Champions League, not done our job in terms of keeping the title race alive. So for me, the rotated players coming in, they're good enough. Like a Trossard's good enough.
Yep.
A Tierney, good enough.
Yep.
Whoever, Calafiori hopefully back in a week and a half or so. We're going to get into that in Predicted 11. These players for me start playing Premier League now, because the big ones that are coming, the Champions League semi-final, 2 legs, and listen, I'm Real still have a chance. I'm no mug. I've seen them do a madness. They've come back from 2 goals down against the great City side in injury time to bring it and go through. So I know, I'm confident.
Okay, good.
I gave us 20% chance going into the first leg. Now I give Real 20% chance of making it out.
Wow.
Because when is the last time we conceded 3? But we're getting into something else. But when is the last time we conceded 3 goals in a game?
Apparently it was Luton, which was
4-3.
Which was
We won, last
December
minute,
2023.
Okay, and before that it would have been City 4-1.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's rare. But listen, I'm
We're
digressing a little
digressing,
bit.
yeah.
But yeah, Brentford, rotated players come in, still go for it. There should be a. I should still see them out there not as dead as they've been recently because you know now like the mood's a lot different all of a sudden.
That was my next angle of looking at it. Does the momentum carry amongst the whole chain, the team, the dressing room?
The Emirates atmosphere will be fascinating.
Yeah,
and I'm reasonable. I don't expect it to be tifos and fireworks and everything. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting a good energy. Yeah, I'm expecting a good vibe. Yeah, Tifo Marina from when he scored from the set piece back in January. I'm not expecting the atmosphere to be mental. Sometimes the players need to fuel the fans as much as the fans need to fuel the players. So go out and entertain. I think we'll talk about Unpredicted 11, but I think it's about also seeing who's knocking on that door for Madrid as well in terms of some of the performances they put up. Kivior did great the other night. I'm really happy for him. Does that mean off that one? I'm convinced that that's it. That's his shirt till the end of the season while Gabriel's out. But Ben White has got years of work, not just like a couple good appearances. So there's that. Do you trial that at centre back? There's a few things to see. So
it's interesting. It's interesting for Arteta, which we'll get into Predicted 11. We'll keep the Kivior to give him.
We're doing a Predicted 11 video.
We are going to do that, of course. Sorry, we mentioned it so many times. But yeah, and I think you made a really good point earlier about there's fans flying in to watch Arsenal for the first time and stuff like that. So there's
kids who don't get to go to games all the time, who are going to their one a year, and I'm sat there going, I don't care if we win, and they're like desperate for
exactly.
Of course I care. The eyes are on Madrid. The players play for every fan. And go out there and leave it all out there. As always.
Right, let me read the stats before we get score predictions. Arsenal have lost just one of their 10 home games against Brentford in all competitions. That's 5 wins, 4 draws, going down 2-0 at Highbury in April 1938. And obviously that one of that loss was obviously the one that we said in 2021. And then since the start of December, Arsenal have conceded just 12 goals in their 18 Premier League games. They've only conceded more than once in one of these games, a 2-2 home draw against Aston Villa. So good record there from Arsenal as well.
You know what's crazy? Defence hasn't been the problem for all our issues. Once again, the defence has held its own again this season. Fair play.
Now, before I get our score predictions, I've really enjoyed being with you guys this season. I've really enjoyed it. Don't shake your head. This is a nice gesture. You've done a lot of nice gestures for me in the past since I've been at AFTV. We started together. We're very close friends. We had a really good. All of us on the watch.
Is in notice or something. He's about to just put the mic down on the floor and just call it a day.
All the watch-alongs we've done, even especially the Real Madrid one, I felt, listen, what a moment shared. And I was thinking, I want to give something to you guys that can offer, a sign of a present-ish. Obviously, I can't give you flowers, can't give you presents, can't give you money or anything. But I thought, what's the highest prize or praise I can give you in a gift form? And after that night at Real Madrid,
why can't you give me money though? I don't get it.
Because this is more value.
I get off me, man.
All this to pull out a bag of rice.
Oh my god!
So when I give you this, it means after that night, I've never experienced that game at the Emirates.
Actually, I'll take this home. I'll make this.
But this is good rice. It shows. It was so important.
Do you want that?
Yeah, I like basmati rice.
It's a real.
There's rice at home.
This is a show of my appreciation to you both, because that night. Watching, I know we're not talking about Real Madrid just yet, but it was so good together, shared. And I thought, if I give you a bit rice now, it's a lot of work.
So should I keep this forever then? Is that what you're saying? Rather than go home and...
Don't open it. It loses value.
Don't open it. That's quite sacred.
2027 though, bro.
It's got a long time.
It's not that long.
All right, true. Maybe I'll try and get Rice to sign it for us. Keep that gift and then that would be...
Thanks for watching the preview, guys.
Right.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Wait, score predictions.
2-2, I don't care.
2-1.
Thank you for watching.
I don't care.
We'll see you very soon.
Love.
2-1 Arsenal, hopefully. Take care.